Welcome to Vale Park, where Port Vale are looking to maintain their unbeaten home run in the league so far this season. 2 wins and a draw. Is it going to be 3 wins in the league here at Vale Park by 5 o'clock this afternoon? We'll wait and see. It's the same side that started the 1-0 defeat at Newport 7 days ago for John Askey today. Scott Browne is in goal. The back 4 from right to left is James Gibbons, Nathan Smith, Leon Legge and Adam Crookes. 3 in midfield, David Worrall, Luke Joyce and Tom Conlon, and the 3 forward players, David Amoo, Richie Bennett and Christian Montano. Your thoughts on that team, Chris? Very similar to the one that started here in the last home league game too.
You can either look at it saying it's really positive with Montano on the left and Amoo on the right, love to get a defenders, whip crosses in for Bennett, or you could say that, well, maybe Bennett will get isolated if Plymouth get on top and they're pushing Montano and Amoo back. But let's be optimistic. I think it's a positive lineup for Vale. They've got a good record here this season. The defence has always looked solid, so I'm just hoping for a really good performance.
On the Vale bench, Reece Browne is on there, along with Callum Evans, Jake Taylor, Mark Cullen, Tom Pope, Kieran Kennedy, and the substitute goalkeeper, Johnny Maddison. Are you surprised Pope's not been recalled yet?
I mean, like we spoke about just before we were on air, I mean, it would have been the ideal opportunity to put him back in, but he's put his faith again in Bennett. I mean, Popey will be disappointed. He'll be really disappointed. He won't be taking it well, but I mean, he's got to be professional, and by the looks of it, how it's gone this season so far, he may have to get used to a reduced role. But like I say, it won't be impressing him too much.
As far as Plymouth are concerned, the Pilgrims, Alex Palmer's their goalkeeper. It's 3-5-2. Scott Wooton, Niall Canavan and Josh Grant, the back 3. Right wing back Joe Edwards, left wing back Callum McFadzen. The 3 in central midfield, Anthony Sarcevic, Jose Baxter and Danny Mayer. Up top, former Vale and crewman Byron Moore alongside Ryan Taylor. Vale's players in their black and white shirts, black shorts, white socks, in a huddle to the right of the halfway line. They're going to attack the away end of Vale in this first half. Plymouth in their green and white shirts, green shorts, green and white socks, attacking the bycars, kicking from left to right, and it's Byron Moore who stands over the ball inside the centre circle. He's going to get this game started as the Vale players break out of their huddle. Really intrigued to see which way this game's going to go this afternoon. Vale's toughest test of the season here, definitely so far. As the game gets underway, Vale versus Plymouth, live on BBC Radio Stoke on DAB. Chris Birchall and myself, Lee Blakeman, your commentary team. It was a tough test last week at Newport. Vale just fell short, but there wasn't much in it. They were good for a point at Rodney Parade last week, didn't get one. What are they going to do here today? Vale come down the right, Plymouth stop it and go back to their goalkeeper, who's wearing all pink, Alex Palmer, top, shorts and socks in the Plymouth Argyle goal. That's a good ball out to the right, and Plymouth are on the attack straight away with Byron Moore to the edge of the Vale area. Nathan Smith sticks with him. He's at 2 already this season, Byron Moore. And Plymouth are forced to go back to the halfway line, where they'll build again with Jose Baxter, experienced man, anchoring things in their midfield. And they do look comfortable already when they have the ball. Work to the left. McFadzen over the top. Foul on... Was that a foul on Taylor? No, Taylor's been penalised there. And Vale have the free kick taken quickly by Leon Legge. But Plymouth showing what they're all about instantly.
Yeah, they look set up strong, really. I mean, they play the wing-back system, and sometimes Vale come a cropper against that. As normal Plymouth sides do, they seem to be getting it down and wanting to play it on the deck and looking to get down the wings with Byron. Good to see that he's got a reception where he hasn't got booed, I should say. He hasn't been applauded, but he hasn't been booed when he's been on the ball, and that's nice sometimes, because he had a tough time on and off the pitch when he was here, but great player.
Certainly did. It's Amoo on the attack now, as you can tell from the chance. Down the right, cross in, blocked, ball spins up into the air. Plymouth do well to prevent the corner, and it's back with Gibbons down the right, rolls it back to Joyce, edge of the area. Decent chances for the Vale. Here's Amoo inside the box, cross is blocked. Vale have a corner. Wonderful Port Vale move.
Yeah, well, last game we were here, it was all down the left. This time, the first 5 minutes especially, it's been all down the right with Gibbons and Amoo and Joyce. That's what Amoo wants to do. Wants to get on the ball. First 5 minutes, put some crosses in. He's won his corner. Hopefully he can get into the game like we saw last home game.
And it looks like as soon as the ball is returned from the away end, just has been now, Conlon is going to take it on the Vale right, swinging in towards goal. 2 minutes gone, and Vale with the first corner of the game. Can they make it count straight away? Worrall is the short option if Conlon wants to use him, but I think Conlon's looking to swing this one in here. 3 inside the D. Amoo on the goal line, Bennett's in there, Leon Legge 2. It's a trading ground move to the edge of the area to Joyce. Will it fall for Montano? Joyce completely missed the ball. Montano tries to recover the situation. He gets dispossessed, and that was a trading ground move which eventually went awfully wrong. And now Vale, in trying to recover the situation, end up conceding a free kick.
Yeah, well, out of the 3 parts of that training ground move, the first 2 were brilliant, really. I mean, it was a layoff from Conlon to I think it was Amoo, and then ping to the edge of the box, and it was only Joyce who didn't connect with it properly. That's why it failed. But I mean, it's nice to see them kind of things.
Plymouth fans shouting something to the Vale fans about being northern. Exeter are northern compared to Plymouth. Everybody in the world pretty much is considered a northerner when you support Plymouth Argyle, who come on the attack down their left to the edge of the Vale area now. Vale with some work to do as Plymouth work the ball into the box. Opportunity here, good block by Conlon, who's back there. Still Vale haven't got it cleared. Eventually Crookes does well with a dummy. 2 have gone down inside the box, one of which is James Gibbons, but the play just completely opened up for Vale. For Plymouth rather.
Yeah, it did. It was a good move down there, left hand side. I think it was McFadzen who let the ball run across him. He tried to bend it in the far corner, but it was great defending from Gibbo, I think it was. Got hurt in the process, but he always puts his face in where it hurts, doesn't he?
You'll look at that though, if you're John Askey, and you'll be worried at how much time McFadzen had to get a shot away.
Well, yeah, you can see Byron playing at the top against all the back 4 really. Sometimes you see him wide on the left, then in the middle we saw him wide on the right before as well. He seems to be up for the game.
Big news for Stoke City. Thibaut Verlinden, who was controversially loaned out to Bolton, has scored for them. Rotherham 0, Bolton Wanderers 1. It's Accrington 1, Sunderland 0. Also in League One, and in the Championship, QPR lead Luton by a 1-0. Goalless here at Vale Park, as it is in all 3 of our games so far on Sport on Saturday from BBC Radio Stoke, Crewe and Cambridge, Stoke and Bristol City. Ball back with Scott Browne on the edge of his area, and play will resume with a long ball downfield, looking for Richie Bennett. And we're just hearing, I think, have Stoke taken the lead? I think we're hearing. We'll get confirmation of that in just a second, and it's Sam Clucas who scored it as well, and that's a lunging tackle by James Gibbons, who got a yellow card at Newport last week for a rough tackle, and that one was just as bad. Yeah, it was a really, really bad tackle there from Gibbo. Got a yellow card. The referee pulled it out straight away. Set piece for Plymouth. They look dangerous. Yeah, confirmation that Sam Clucas has put Stoke City in front. Stoke 1, Bristol City 0 on 94.6 FM. Also in the Championship, Preston 1, Brentford 0. Here, Gibbons shown a yellow card, and Plymouth with a free kick wide on the left, 30 yards from the byline. Vale need to stay alert here. They've got everybody back behind the ball defending. And the referee is just going to make sure the wall of Worrall and Amoo is back the full distance. Plymouth have won just 1 of their last 5 games in League 2. That was at home to Walsall, and they've won just 1 of their last 10 away from home. That was 3-0 at Crewe on the opening day, but they've started well here, as have the Vale, to be fair. No goals, but there's a real opportunity for Plymouth to put Scott Browne and the Vale defence under some serious pressure. They're taking forever with the free kick, goodness me. Eventually the referee puts the whistle to his lips. It's whipped in towards the penalty spot. Good header clear by Richie Bennett, using his height to Vale's advantage defensively that time. Good work. Yeah, if the ball was any better from the Plymouth winger, would have been a dangerous ball into the box, but Richie Bennett did well, got up from about the penalty spot and headed it away. Sunderland level at Accrington 1-1, and it's Blackpool 0, MK Dons 1. Nathan Smith with some defending to do here. David Worrall sporting that mask, has it in midfield. Joyce, Smith across to Leon Legge, who very nearly got himself into trouble there, hesitating with Byron Moore lurking. Moore, who played as a winger for Vale. Long ball forwards here. Bennett will give chase. Plymouth go back to their goalkeeper, who hacks it clear just in the nick of time. Very open match this. Yeah, really open, as you'd expect, because Plymouth is so good going forward, and Vale are as well. You expect it to go end to end. Here comes Moore now on the left wing into the area, puts in a shot. Good save by Browne, and again Byron Moore allowed to travel a long way before any Vale player reacted. Well, I know he's playing up top, but you see him wide on the left that time, cutting inside, and he seems really on it, like he wants to play well. Here he is again. 25 yards from goal to the left of centre this time. Rolls the ball back. Another former Crewe man in Anthony Sarcevic. Carries it to the left. Vale being tested at the moment defensively as Plymouth work it into the area. Mare's over there, ball in towards the back post. Crookes goes down, and eventually it's going to go behind for a goal kick. But there are warning signs now for John Askey's team.
Yeah, but Vale have to weather the storm. Defensively, they look solid. There hasn't been clear-cut chance. I mean, Byron, from the angle, I think you'd expect the keeper to save it. He did. He parried it out. They do look dangerous, but you're going to expect that when Plymouth come to town.
Manchester United are in front at Old Trafford. Marcus Rashford has scored a penalty. United 1, Leicester 0. Goalless here. Stoke leading Bristol City 1-0, and it's still 0-0 Crewe and Cambridge. Long ball forwards. Amoo wins a flicked header. Bennett gets on the end of it. Edge of the area right side. He's got Worrall in support. Finds him. First time delivery from Worrall is high. It's deep. Can Montano get on the end of it? Battling for the ball. Eventually it goes out, and throw in Plymouth is the decision. It was a coming together between Edwards and Montano, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. 8 minutes played. Port Vale 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. And it was a difficult one to call coming into the game. Looking at how it started, it's even more difficult to call. Crookes down the left, runs into trouble in the form of Edwards, but Crookes recovers well. Ball to the left. Montano with a first-time delivery, well cut out that time by Niall Canavan. And Plymouth clear to halfway. Legge wins a header, but Plymouth first to the second ball. But Maher eventually gets his pockets picked by Luke Joyce. Well played by Joyce. Here's Conlon. And both teams really do look like they want to get the ball down and play. Gibbons forwards. Nice little flick from Worrall to the right to Amoo. Good Port Vale build up this. Amoo down the right, sends it across. Bennett's waiting. Goalkeeper comes, takes it at its height and takes it off Richie Bennett's head. But more good Port Vale play. Yeah,
like you said, both teams want to get it down. It's nice to see rather than hoofs everywhere. But Amoo again getting his cross in. Okay, it wasn't the perfect one. It was come down with snow on it. It was easy for the goalkeeper, but the intent's there. He just wants to get the ball. Doesn't even have to beat the defender, just whip it in.
Vale unbeaten in their last 6 games against Plymouth, winning 5 of them, drawing the other 1. Last losing to them here in 2003, which was a 5-1 defeat that day. The least said about that, the better.
The less said about that game.
Chris Birchall debut. He's had better days. Gibbons down the right. Forwards he goes to Richie Bennett, who can't make it stick. Conlon tries to recover it, can't do so, and the loose ball falls for Taylor up top. Brings Maher into the game. Ball to the right now. Played forwards by Edwards. Sarcevic, who looks like a hell of a unit down there, was in a battle with Joyce. Joyce wins the battle, clears it, but the ball stays in play. John Askey not happy with Christian Montano in allowing the ball to go for a throw, and it never did. Down the right, Sarcevic fouled by Crookes. Free kick to Plymouth.
I think it was the right decision, really. Crookes found himself on the wrong side of the Plymouth winger, Sarcevic. Brought him down. They've just got to be careful on these set pieces. They're getting closer and closer to the 18-yard box. And they can put some dangerous balls in.
Yeah, another chance now for Jose Baxter to try and work some magic here. Vale leaving just Amoo up top this time. Everybody else is back inside the Port Vale penalty area. 0-0, 11 minutes gone at Vale Park. As Baxter gets ready to line one up. Plenty standing on the 6-yard line here. Referee Mark Edwards is just watching a bit of pushing and shoving before putting the whistle to his lips. Baxter's delivery, it's chipped in towards the back post, coming together. Nathan Smith goes down, and Vale are awarded a free kick.
Yeah, I think they both had each other's shirts there, Nathan Smith and Canavan. But I think the Plymouth defender been a bit too rough.
Hull 0, Wigan 1. In the Championship, and Spurs lead Crystal Palace by a goal to 0. Son has scored there as Browne plays the ball long down the Port Vale right. Amoo goes up for the header, doesn't win it. Bennett goes for the second ball, doesn't win that either, and one long Plymouth ball downfield is able to pick out Byron Moore. He's wide on the left at the moment. Legge stays with him. Moore goes back. McFadzen is over there. Plymouth have got plenty coming forwards in this particular move as they work it into the area. Somebody needs to take charge of this. Gibbons eventually does so, but tries to dribble it clear. Brings down McFadzen. And that looked like a penalty. You thought it was a penalty. Nothing doing, says the referee, fortunately for James Gibbons.
It looked very clumsy. As he tried to dribble the ball out, he gave it away to McFadzen. and he's trying to just two-stepping dead quickly, got the ball past him, and it did look like Gibbons just stuck out a leg and he went down, but the referee was right next to it and just said no.
Gibbons guilty there maybe of playing too much football. Crewe 0, Cambridge 1 is the latest score we're just hearing. Here come Vale with Crookes down the left. Cross goes in towards the back post, headed away. So Crewe 1 down at home to Cambridge. Stoke lead Bristol City 1-0, but Stoke have just had Joe Allen sent off after 12 minutes. So it's all going on there. Stoke 1 up, but a man down as Vale play it long down the right. Far too long for Worrall that time. Gibbons getting away with one though moments ago.
I mean, it's been a bright first 13 minutes really. I mean, the last game we did together, Lee, it was boring. And it wasn't too good on the pitch either.
Oh dear. I forgot when we booked summarisers we can book comedians at the same time. Very good. Byron Moore on the halfway line. Plymouth trying to play out from the back and doing a reasonably good job of it that time. This time they go long from halfway. Smith reads it, wins the header, and out it goes for a Plymouth Argyle throw. Yeah, that Cambridge game, it was just a typical match where you just need to take the 3 points and forget about it, isn't it? Sarcevic, Edwards goes down here, wants a free kick. I don't think Christian Montano made any contact with him. Referee Mark Edwards is just coming over to have a word. And not for the first time, a couple of Plymouth players rolling around the pitch. Edwards moves away. Fans in this main Lawn Street stand, it's safe to say, far from happy with that particular passage of play from Joe Edwards. Vale have it in their right back position with Gibbons. Forwards he goes to Amoo. Now back to Gibbons again, who doesn't mess around with it this time, hits it long, but the ball's already gone out, and all of a sudden this game's just got a little bit scrappy. Vale winning all of their last 3 home games in all competitions, don't forget. Shrewsbury here in the trophy, Cambridge and Forest Green in the league. Losing 1-0 at Newport though last weekend, but wasn't the best of results. But Vale weren't too bad on the day. Unlucky to come away from Rodney Parade with nothing, as we said earlier on. Plymouth throw in field, and then a shot from distance is that bad it just nearly landed in Tunstall. Completely reckless from Jose Baxter, somebody who you'd expect better from, it's safe to say.
Yeah, well, it's good to see him back in the game, to be honest. He was a real bright spot when he was younger. But yeah, you could see him winding it up from about 25 yards out as the ball come down. He just wanted to smash it, but I think that might have hit your car, Lee.
Hull 1, Wigan 1 is the latest score, and it's Rotherham 1, Bolton 1 as well. Crookes to take a Vale throw here next to where John Astley standing. And his hands in his pockets, wearing all black, the Port Vale manager. Throw in long, headed away by Plymouth. Moore goes up for the second ball in a battle with Joyce. Crookes now on halfway does well. Finds Joyce again, who guides it to Gibbons with his head. Joyce in midfield, being closed down by Taylor. Chips the ball to the left to Crookes. Goalless, a quarter of an hour gone on BBC Radio Stoke. The Vale and Plymouth Argyle, the only one of our 3 live games on Sport on Saturday without a goal so far. Stoke 1 up, Crewe 1 down. Legge squares it to Smith, and Smith hits it long. Can't find Bennett in the air, and now Plymouth have it back again down the left. Good strong tackle by Legge, but the ball goes all the way through to the Argyle goalkeeper Alex Palmer. Tough run of games for the Vale at the moment. Newport last week, Plymouth today, Exeter away midweek, Mansfield at home next Saturday, and now Vale are awarded a free kick wide on the right for a foul on David Amoo, who Plymouth are desperately trying to keep quiet. You can see what they're thinking.
Yeah, they believe that he's the danger man for Vale, and he is. We saw it last game. We see that if anything really comes of any chances for Vale, it's usually through him.
Vale fans getting more and more wound up by some of Plymouth's gamesmanship. We've seen a couple of players rolling around, trying to delay this free kick being taken as well. A few fans in the paddock were getting wound up by that. Conlon stands over this free kick with his left foot. Midway inside the Plymouth half. Worrall makes a run. Conlon swings it in towards the penalty spot, and Nathan Smith went up for it. I think a lot of people were expecting that one to go towards goal. Plymouth did well defensively to clear, only as far as Crookes clips the ball in field. Joyce under pressure, forced to go back, and Gibbons is waiting on the halfway line, gives it back to Joyce. chipped down the left. Crookes is making a run. He's onside here, Crookes, and he's on the byline, into the area. Ball across the face of goal, cleared away from the near post eventually by Canavan. They'll have a corner.
Yeah, good passage of play from Vale. I mean, it all started from the free kick from Conlon, a fantastic ball into the box, and Nathan Smith went up, got punched out, and Vale on the attack again. Joyce put Crookes through on the left, fed it across the 6-yard box, no one was there, but I mean, a good couple of minutes for Vale.
Physio's come on here to look at David Amoo. I'm not quite sure what the problem is there. He's standing up okay. Not quite sure if he's taken a knock to the head or what, but he's having a word with the physio and the doctor who are on the pitch, and now David Amoo is sitting down, and that is a concern. Has he got cramp? Is he been...
Well, he's getting stretched out on both legs like he's got cramp, but there's only 18 minutes gone.
And he was standing up. He actually walked to the physio, who's come on without his bag. So it can't be anything too serious. What a strange...
Well, he's got to go off anyway.
Yeah, what a strange scenario. Is that him finished? That's Amoo's race run, I think. Jake Taylor's stripped off, ready to come on. So whatever Amoo's picked up...
It must be a hamstring tweak.
That is David Amoo's afternoon over. Just like that. That has come completely out of the blue. Amoo off. He's walking off the pitch and he looks fine. But the physio has made the decision that he can't carry on. And David Amoo, after 18 minutes, is replaced by Jake Taylor, who impressed in the Cambridge game when he made his debut, Taylor.
I think he's just signalled that he felt something in the back of his right hamstring.
More on that in a second. Vale have a corner now, though, to be taken by the mask-wearing David Worrall. In-swinger from the left. 19 played. Worrall raises his right hand, sends the cross in towards the near post, towards Taylor straight away. Headed away by Plymouth. Might fall for Conlon on the edge of the area, but Plymouth are able to clear it. Crookes wins a header at halfway, but gives it straight to a green shirt. And now here come Plymouth down the left. That was sloppy from Crookes. Vale could be made to pay. They have it dead centre. Think about shooting from distance. Shot, blocked. Taylor now has it. And Vale eventually are able to clear. Conlon's gone down. So too is Danny Mayer. Conlon's holding his knee. Still the game continues. Vale have got it as Gibbons comes down the right. So all going on here. Through ball by Gibbons. Nobody gets on the end of it. And now Tom Conlon's going to receive some treatment. But seconds after losing David Amoo, Tom Conlon now looks to be in some distress as well.
Yeah, even though the ball was way up the other end, he was looking up and just smacking the floor in pain, whether it's a dead leg or whether it's something to do with his knee. But you just feel like this is going to give Plymouth so much confidence, knowing that Vale's danger man's gone off, and the set piece taker as well. Conlon looks like he's struggling. It's not been the first 20 minutes hasn't gone to plan really.
Yeah, exactly. 20 minutes gone. Port Vale 0, Plymouth 0 on BBC Radio Stoke. We've got another break in play here, but I was talking to a Plymouth Argyle supporter in midweek, and he said that David Amoo really does have the ability to be a thorn in their side. Well, he doesn't anymore, because David Amoo's gone off, and now Tom Conlon looks to be in trouble as well. Scott Browne's taking the opportunity to just have a word with referee Mark Edwards, who's taking charge of his first Vale game, by the way. As far as the Vale substitutes are concerned, Callum Evans is warming up away to our left. So too Mark Cullen, and this here doesn't look good for Tom Conlon.
Well, it's definitely his knee, Lee, because you can feel them doing the kind of stretches that I obviously know that they do for the knee, but whether it's a bang on it or whether he's twisted it or whether he went in for that tackle and twisted it, doesn't look good though.
No, I'm just watching the Port Vale medical team at the moment, just looking for some kind of signal towards the bench as to whether Conlon's going to be able to continue. I don't think he will be, though, because he's still lying down and really does look to be in some discomfort. Some latest scores: QPR now lead Luton by 2-0. Narkey Wells has got their second goal. Blackburn 1, Millwall 0. Peterborough 1, Rochdale 0 is the latest, as is Southend 1, Fleetwood 0. State of play on Sport on Saturday: Stoke 1, Bristol City 0. Sam Cluke has got the goal, but Joe Allen's been sent off, and it's Crewe 0, Cambridge 1 over on 1503 medium wave. Here it's goalless, but Vale have lost David Amoo through injury. Tom Conlon's back on his feet. You just wonder, if he does continue, how long he's going to be able to last.
He just doesn't look confident, does he? Walking off.
No, just having a word with the physio and the doctor. Vale still with Pope, Cullen, Browne, Evans and Kennedy. as the outfield options on the bench. Johnny Maddison, of course, is the substitute goalkeeper. He's obviously not going to replace Tom Conlon. Conlon trying to do a light jog as he makes his way over to this near side. He'll be determined to continue. And I'm just looking for activity on the bench down below, as it doesn't look like there is any. John Askey's just recalled somebody. John Askey's just recalled Callum Evans, actually. He's coming off. Tom Conlon's coming off. I've just seen John Askey make the signal. So Vale, in the space of 3 first half minutes, have lost 2 influential players going forwards. First David Amoo, and now Tom Conlon makes way as well.
You just hope that both the injuries are not long lasting. The Amoo one, the way he signalled, looked like a tiny little tweak in his hamstring, but you just don't know with a knee injury, because it can flare up the next day.
Ball put out for a Vale throw in on this near side. It comes at a time when Vale have got Saturday, then Tuesday against Exeter, then Saturday at home to Mansfield, then the following Tuesday at Macclesfield in the Trophy, then Saturday away at Orient. It's a busy time, and those 2 injuries will not be what John Askey was hoping for, but Callum Evans it is who's going to come on here. Impressed in the trophy win over Shrewsbury last time Vale played at home. Came on as a substitute at Newport last week in the league as well. Evans replaces Conlon as we hit the midway point of the first half. What's that going to be like for the players, Chris, having worked all week on a system and planned for this game, to lose 2 influential players like that?
Probably your 2 most influential players that, with no offence to the substitutes, but for me they're not in the same class as the 2 that have gone off and what they can offer, but they'll obviously give their best. But I just feel like it'll give Plymouth so much confidence now.
And we can see that as they come charging forwards here. McFadzen brought down by Joyce, and Plymouth have a free kick midway inside the Port Vale half, and you can just hear what it's done to the atmosphere as well. It was really loud when this game started, but those 2 changes have just silenced a few in the home sections of the crowd. I don't think a lot of people know what to expect now.
Just gone a bit flat, like you said. Game's gone scrappy. I mean, the first 12 minutes were brilliant. Since them 2 injuries, atmosphere's gone a bit, and it's just constant, really, Plymouth pressure. But I mean, hopefully Vale can get to half time and refocus and see what the Gaffer's tactics are. But it hasn't been the ideal first 25 minutes of a game.
Spurs have got 2 goals in 2 minutes. A Van Arnholt own goal, and then another one for Son. Spurs 3, Palace 0. In League One, Sunderland have turned things around at Accrington, now leading there by 2 goals to 1. Vale go long here. Nothing came of that Plymouth free kick, apart from a Port Vale one, which they hit downfield, and it runs all the way through to the very brightly dressed Argyle goalkeeper Alex Palmer. Bowls the ball out to his left. No goals. Vale have made 2 changes, and we've played 25 minutes here at Vale Park. Good ball out to the right this time by Palmer, headed on by Edwards. Vale send it back forwards though. Montano can't bring it down. Loose ball falls for Joyce. Crookes on this near side. The Vale left, short to Joyce. He plays it forwards, repelled on the volley by Plymouth. Smith wins a header, goes straight to a Plymouth player, and now it's with Ryan Taylor for the visitors. Now Sarcevic checks, rolls the ball back. Plymouth patient in their build-up here as Danny Mayer now has it, arguably the best player in the whole division. That's a poor ball though, cut out by Gibbons, and he checks on the halfway line. Does well there, James Gibbons, on a yellow card, don't forget. Evans' first touch, not a bad looking ball to the right. Worrall's going to get there, edge of the area. Worrall's cross is blocked, and Port Vale have a corner, their 3rd of the game.
Well, you can't fault Vale's tenacity really. Whatever kind of circumstances happen in the game, they really carry on trying and working for each other. And there we see Worrall on the right, trying to whip the ball in, gone out for a corner, but I mean they're still going for it. You just don't want to see Bennett become isolated because of the way Plymouth are attacking, but Worrall seems to be staying up there, and Montano the same on the other side.
I'll tell you what, his first touches go, that wasn't a bad pass by Callum Evans, not at all. Worrall raises his right arm again, and away swinger from the Vale right. It's chipped in towards Legge with the header. It's bobbling around in there. Will it fall for Montano? Not quite. And Plymouth are able eventually to scramble it clear, only as far as Joyce, who picks out Worrall down the right. That's a better looking ball in, and the goalkeeper comes again and takes it at his height. Falls awkwardly, but that was excellent goalkeeping by Alex Palmer.
Yeah, brilliant. He's done well so far in this game, the Plymouth keeper. His distribution's been brilliant, and he's come out and he's either punched or caught then from a really good ball from Worrall into the box.
Yeah, goalkeeper slow getting to his feet. I think he's been awarded a free kick for that actually. I'm not quite sure why. It was a fair enough take. He wasn't fouled. Wonder if he lost a bit of wind as he landed awkwardly on his back. Maybe he was winded slightly, but he's okay now to take this free kick. Drills it long and high down the centre of the field, inviting one for Moore to chase after. Scott Browne will come to the edge of his box and make the claim. Bowls it out quickly to Adam Crookes. 0-0 here on Sport on Saturday from BBC Radio Stoke. Crookes inside his own half. Jake Taylor, who's been quiet since he came on around about 7 or 8 minutes ago, works the ball to the left. Plymouth cut it out and they have it back again. That's a dodgy looking back pass though. Montano nearly nipped in. Eventually Argyle go long to halfway, where Gibbons wins it back for Port Vale. Evans, another tidy ball out to the right by him to find David Worrall. Cuts inside, left-footed cross towards the back post, just too far ahead of Christian Montano, but that wasn't bad from Worrall, and again more good play by Callum Evans.
Yeah, been impressed with Worrall really. I mean, I know Amoo was out there and all the fans want to see a winger out there, but Worrall does a good job when he tries to. He tries to get the ball in the box, what the job is really of a winger. Just unfortunate then that Montano wasn't coming around the back post.
Plymouth lose it and trying to play out from the back with Worrall. Worrall's cross, Bennett's header over the crossbar. Bennett's best chance of the game so far, Vale's best chance of the game so far. Richie Bennett couldn't find the target.
Yeah, once again a fantastic ball in from Worrall. This time he really whipped it and Bennett got above the defender. Should have done better really, but headed kind of leaning back and headed over the bar.
Port Vale 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. Nearly half an hour gone. What have you made of it as a whole, this game?
I just feel like Vale have done the best with a bad situation really. They've kept on going. Can't fault the guys who've come on, can't fault the players who've gone into different positions. They're really trying.
Plymouth lose it and trying to play out from the back. Crookes plays the ball down the left for Montano, just slightly overhit, but again Plymouth at the moment look like they're going to be the architects of their own downfall.
Yeah, it seems to be like we'll attack, you'll attack. Vale have a good 5 minutes, then you see Plymouth go at the other end and attack for 5 minutes. But apart from Byron's shot and Richie Bennett's header with it, he should have done better then. There hasn't been any clear-cut chances.
No, all the impressive football's come in the build-up to the moves, hasn't it? The end product for both teams at the moment has been lacking, which is why it's goalless. Good towering header won by Nathan Smith inside his own half. That's what I'd expect a centre-back, I suppose. Plymouth have it back with Sarcevic. His ball forwards is poor, easily read and cut out by Legge, but his clearance isn't great. Now here comes Baxter down the centre for Plymouth. He's 30 yards from goal. Ball to the right to Edwards, 12 yards from the byline here. Plymouth looking threatening. Edwards into the box. He's got Crookes for company. Gets the cross in towards the back post, and that's great defending. Good work by Gibbons. Ball goes behind for a corner.
Yeah, good work from Edwards on the right for Plymouth, but it was so predictable. He was only going to go to the byline and put it in, and Crookes really should have done better. I mean, he did so well up until the byline and then just didn't stick his leg out to block the cross, and it was only good defending at the back post that why Plymouth didn't have a free header with Ryan Taylor, but they've got a corner.
Yeah, their first of the game, Plymouth Argyle. Vale have had 3. It's going to be an in-swinger from Baxter towards Scott Browne's goal by Car's End, and we've had just over half an hour here. Baxter's delivery hit with height, cleared away by Smith, and then Sarcevic went for a very ambitious volley from 30 yards and completely missed it. Vale have it back on this near side with Callum Evans. It's pass just cut out, and now Plymouth have it back down the right. Sarcevic, Evans tries to recover. Evans brings Sarcevic down. That was clumsy from him, and that's a Plymouth Argyle free kick on the edge of the Vale area.
Yeah, it is another one that was similar before. I mean, God, we could have another injury here.
He's walked away. Well, I say walked away. He's hobbling, isn't he? He's holding his hamstring, the top of his hamstring. He's either hurt the top of his hamstring or he's got a sore backside. One or the other. I can't work out what he's actually holding there, Callum Evans. Either way, he looks to be in some discomfort. He's hopping around in the 18 yards area. He was not called for the physio, though. Plymouth are going to whip this free kick in. It's 20 yards from the byline, inside right, Baxter to take. Dangerous moment here, 32nd minute. Baxter's delivery towards the back post, good flicked header away by Nathan Smith again, who's done so well in the air in this game so far. Byron Moore now, edge of the area, left side. Sarcevic goes over in support, clips the ball back to Baxter, who's unmarked 30 yards out, strikes one over the crossbar. But Vale defensively, they look okay. They look like a well-oiled outfit.
Yeah, on the first phase they look brilliant. Whenever crosses come into the box, they're defending it really well and getting rid of the ball. But it's just the second phase, when it goes out to the edge of the box, the midfielders aren't closing down as quick and shots are getting off.
Evans looks like he's going to continue. There was some concern from this near side from the Port Vale physio, who's certainly earned his money this afternoon, no doubt about that. Chelsea are 1-0 up at Wolves. Tamori's got it. Wolves 0, Chelsea 1. And it's QPR 3. Luton Town 0 now in the Championship. Still goalless here at Vale Park. And I'll be honest with you, at the moment, I can't call which way the first goal's going to come in this game. Long ball forwards by Smith. Tidied up easily by the visitors, who tried to clear down their right. Up towards Ryan Taylor on the halfway line. Nathan Smith marks him tightly. He's had a good game, as I hinted at a few moments ago, Nathan Smith. A real dependable rock at the heart of that Vale back four. Now some work for Crookes to do. He does well, clearing over his head. Montano wins a flicked header. Taylor goes down. Receives it back from Bennett though, Jake Taylor, who gets back to his feet quickly. Plays a through ball. Here's Worrall, edge of the area, left side, sends in a cross. Goalkeeper comes and takes it. Nice play by Jake Taylor.
Yeah, it's opening up now. I mean, it was good play from Vale. Worrall making the diagonal run, getting fed in. Tried to cross it with his left foot, but comfortable for the keeper. But on this massive pitch, it's really opening up.
Long ball forwards by Plymouth. Should be cleared away from the Vale right back area by Leon Legge. Stays in play though, and all of a sudden Vale are under a little bit of pressure here. Legge tries to win his team a throw in off the Plymouth player who's over there. Can't quite do so, and the throw-in goes the way... Oh dear me. The throw-in goes the way of Plymouth, and Vale are going to be forced to make a third change here. It's going to be Callum Evans who's going to have to come off. And Vale are going to bring on Browne for his competitive debut. And just over half an hour's gone, and Vale have been forced to make 3 substitutions because of injuries. This is a disaster as far as...
Well, it is for Callum Evans. I mean, he's only come on because of an injury, and now he's injured himself. And 3 injuries in the first half, subs gone. So, knowing that all your players, no matter what now, are going to have to continue and finish the game.
He knew straight away, Evans, didn't he? Is it the kind of thing you do know when you've done something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it and he's kind of lunged in for the tackle. It's got on the wrong side of the Plymouth attacker, and that's when the foul was given. But you could just tell the way he fell, maybe he just fell and tweaked his hamstring. It looked like the back of his leg again.
It's a real shame for him, isn't it? Because he's only been on the pitch, what, a matter of minutes, and he's played 2 really good balls.
Yeah, he's done well. I mean, sometimes it takes a player, a good 5 or 10 minutes to get into the game, but he thrust himself into it and put 2 delightful balls out to Worrall. Just unfortunate for the lad.
This is going to be odd then. This is going to be a Port Vale League game in which we're not going to see Tom Pope at all because he's on the bench, but Vale have been forced to use all 3 of their substitutions inside, 35 minutes here. Evans, who came on to replace the injured Conlon, leaves the field injured, and now Browne comes on, who himself is just returning from an injury, having joined the club in the summer. An opportunity now for him to really prove himself and show what he can do.
I know someone who's not going to be a happy chappy down there, Lee.
Tom Pope, yeah, he's not going to get on today, but that's through no fault of anybody's. It's just because of injuries today. Plymouth on the attack down the left from that throw. They're right on the byline. Gibbons is out there. Ball worked into the area. Plymouth looking dangerous here. Ball towards the back post, and Crookes is able to scramble it clear. And now a shot's going to come in from distance from Baxter. Misses it. Loose ball falls for Taylor inside the box, and Vale eventually hack it clear via the right boot of James Gibbons, but they were stretched.
They were stretched, but you can't fault the back four. They've stood together and strong, and I think they'll be having something to say.
Now Vale down the other end. Bennett on the attack, tries to chip the goalkeeper. Plymouth messing around with it. Bennett tried to lift it over the advancing goalkeeper, eventually lifted it over the actual goal. Vale wanted a free kick for a foul. Nothing doing, says the referee.
Well, it came from nothing really. It was a 50-yard clearance from Vale, just hoofing it up the pitch, and Bennett got the other side of the defender, found himself 1-on-1, but he was stretching as the keeper ran out, tried to lob him, just got it a bit too high.
Plymouth again trying to play out from the back and nearly play themselves into trouble. Smith wins another header on halfway. You can kind of put this commentary on tape. Keep saying the same things. Plymouth mess up playing out from the back. Smith wins a towering header. Vale look good defensively. It's been the story of this game. Oh yeah, injury has been the other thing we keep on saying. 8 minutes to go until half time, 0-0. Ryan Taylor for the visitors. Plays the ball back. Plymouth go long, looking for the run of Byron Moore. Goalkeeper Scott Browne goes back, so Legge takes charge of the situation and clears the ball out for a throw. His pace has the ability to cause anybody problems, Byron Moore.
Yeah, it does. He's playing on the shoulders of the last defenders, whoever it is, whether it's Crookes, Smith or Legge. Doing a good job. That time the ball went over the top. Didn't know if Browne was going to come out and clear it, but he left it for Legge. Vale just got to be careful until half-time.
Short throw, taken by Edwards to Byron Moore. Rolls it back to the halfway line, where Niall Canavan has it. Not going to call him Caravan all through the commentary. I keep telling myself that. Here's Baxter. Hesitates, nearly lost it as Browne tried to nip in for Port Vale there. Rhys Browne still looking for his first serious touch since coming on. Long ball out to the Plymouth right, too high for Edwards. Vale with a throw. There's no reason, I mean, you don't know what else is going to happen injury-wise, but there's no reason why this side can't get something here with the Vales, despite making the 3 changes.
No, there's not, and that's the reason we have subs, isn't it, for the people who can come on to show why they should be playing. I mean, they've done nothing wrong, really, the subs that have come on. Really got into the game, they haven't let the game pass them by.
Richie Bennett, ball over the top, looking for the run of Rhys Browne. Goalkeeper comes a long way and takes it. Browne was offside anyway, but the referee's going to make Plymouth take a free kick, even though the goalkeeper was quite happy to bowl the ball out. It was poor refereeing that. Plymouth looked to get the game going quickly. Here they come down their left with Danny Mayer. You know all about him, former Bury man. Ball to the edge of the area. Byron Moore tries a curling shot over the crossbar. Browne wasn't sure where it was going. Moore couldn't keep his shot down, but it's an effort that's applauded by the Plymouth manager Ryan Lowe as his side look more and more threatening. Yeah,
Ryan Lowe will be happy because the build-up play from Plymouth's brilliant. They're getting in behind down the flanks, but in the centre of the box, Vale are defending it well, and Plymouth's only real option is to go back to the edge of the box and have long-range shots. They should have done better from them, but good defending from Vale.
Carlisle have equalised at Stevenage. Former Crewe loanee Harry McCurdy, who still lives in this part of the world, has got the equaliser there, 1-1. McCurdy against his former club there, actually. Plymouth long, looking for Moore's run again. He's in a battle here with Leon Legge. Did he play that ball against Byron Moore? Yes, he did, and it was spotted by the assistant referee. Just for a second, you thought Legge was going to be done for pace, but he recovered that scenario really well.
Yeah, he's done well. He's seen, he's read the play that Jose Baxter, every time he gets the ball, is trying to lift it over the back four for Byron to run onto, and Legge was behind covering Nathan Smith. Read the play, slide tackle really that came off Byron. Good defending again.
6 to go until the break. Browne's goal kick, header won by Bennett, second ball won by Taylor, and it's back with Bennett again. Joyce now under pressure from Byron Moore, fouled by Byron Moore. Vale have a free kick just inside the Plymouth half. The big question everybody's wondering now as we sit closer to half time on a game that Chris Birch was commentating on is it Bovril time, Chris? Is that the half time drink, is it?
When I saw 34 minutes I was just, should I go now?
And then you thought, no, I'll wait until half time and send me, which is his normal trick. As Chris will be having a chat with Matt Sandoz, who'll bring you all the half-time scores momentarily. Worrall, free kick out to the left wing to Montano. Close to the byline, couple of step overs, checks, rolls it back to Worrall. Needs to get it onto his right foot here, or is he going to try it with his left? Does try across with his left towards the back post. Bennett goes up for the header. Does that come off a Plymouth man last? What's the assistant referee saying? He's saying corner. Another good move by Vale.
Yeah, like I said, without creating too much clear-cut chances, Vale, they've huffed and puffed, and the build-up play has been brilliant, just like Plymouth's. You do feel like Vale's kind of main opportunity from scoring will be from a set piece.
Chelsea are 3-0 up at Wolves now. 2 in 5 minutes for Tammy Abraham, adding to Maury's opener. Wolves 0, Chelsea 3 in the Premier League. 0-0 here, 4 to go until the break. Worrall to take this corner from the Vale right. Chipped in, headed towards goal by Smith. Just misses the far post. Bennett keeps the ball in play though on the byline. Takes it to the left wing, chips the ball back in too close to the goalkeeper. But just for a second, Nathan Smith looked like he was going to get one.
Yeah, he did. He got to the front post, flicked it on. You thought, well, is he going to loop into the back post? But it didn't. Unfortunate. But here come Plymouth.
Yeah, down the left with Callum McFadzen. Plymouth on the edge of the area, looking to whip it across. They've got it wide left now. Danny Mayer's out there. Back to McFadzen on the byline. Has that ball gone behind? Yes, it has. Again, 10 out of 10 to the assistant referee, who was perfectly placed.
Yeah, sometimes I just feel like he sticks his flag up for the sake of it. It didn't look like it was out.
Exeter 1, Leyton Orient 0. Elsewhere in League 2, Vale go to Exeter, of course, Tuesday night. One of 2 live games which will bring you on BBC Radio Stoke's Midweek Sport. The other one being Crewe away at Leyton Orient. People who do the fixtures were determined to make us travel that night. Vale at Exeter, Crewe at Orient. And of course Vale next in action here next Saturday afternoon when they host Mansfield. Long ball downfield from Scott Browne. Header won and halfway by Plymouth, not once but twice. Gibbons, his ball forwards, ends up going not forwards, it goes completely sideways and out for a Plymouth throw-in next to where Dave, Kevin and John Askey are standing. Askey using his hand to shield his eyes from the sun. It's a glorious bright afternoon here in Burslem. Edwards' throw. Smith wins another header for Port Vale. Back to Edwards on this near side. Ball cut out by Montano. Loose ball falls for Plymouth. Sarcevic, good challenge by Jake Taylor. Throw in this time goes the way of Plymouth Argyle. Taken quickly by Edwards. Taylor wins the header. More good play by the Nottingham Forest loanee as Montano gives it to Rhys Browne in midfield. Lovely shot. Browne fell. Vale free kick. And that's going to be a yellow card shown to Danny Mayer. What a turn that was by Rhys Browne.
Yeah, I think that'll give him real confidence, because at first he was trying to lay the ball off and he got it stuck under his studs and it didn't move, and then he did the quickest turn I've ever seen, really, and got away from the Plymouth midfield like they weren't there. Got brought down. Probably a good professional foul, really, from Plymouth.
Scunthorpe 3, Morecambe 0 the latest score, and Spurs are running riot at home to Crystal Palace. Eric Lamela has got Spurs 4th. 4-0 they lead there. No goals here. Stoke, don't forget, still leading 1-0 at home to Bristol City on 94.6 FM, but they are a man down. Joe Allen sent off, and Crewe trail at home to Cambridge by 1-0. Vale trying to capitalise on some Plymouth hesitancy on the edge of their own area, but Plymouth make it stick and work the ball to the left. Long along the ground it goes to striker Ryan Taylor as we tick towards the final minute of the first half here. McFadzen's out there. Now Danny Mayer on the byline. Rhys Browne tracks back, sticks with Mayer. Mayer carries it back to the edge of the area now. And his ball to the right, cut out by Montano, who clears long. Bennett wins a header inside the centre circle. Final minute of the first half. 0-0. The Vale and Plymouth in League Two. Vale, if you have joined us late, forced to make 3 changes after just over half an hour. Byron Moore here stands on the ball, loses it, and Vale will clear again and build from the back. But yeah, Vale lost Conlon, lost Amoo, and then substitute Evans, who came on, lasted about 5 or 6 minutes before he went off with what looked like a hamstring injury. So they brought on Rhys Browne, Jake Taylor from the bench, and obviously brought on Callum Evans as well, who's had to be substituted. Vale passing the ball across their back 4 here. All eyes turn to the 4th official to see how long's going to get added on here at Vale Park. You think quite a bit, because there have been, as we just said, a few injuries there. Jake Taylor's ball to the left finds Adam Crookes. 4 minutes of additional time. David Worrall. Can Vale lead before they go back into the dressing room? Worrall down the left. Montano on the byline. Sends in across towards Richie Bennett, who goes down on the penalty spot. He wants a penalty. Nothing doing, says referee Mark Edwards. The appeals weren't great, which probably tells you something about their chances of having a penalty there. Now Plymouth have been awarded a free kick just inside the Vale half on the left. Foul given against Leon Legge. Yeah,
I feel like Richie Bennett was looking for it there. It was good ball into the box from Crookes, but got brushed with a feather and
oh, they try and take a quick free kick there, Plymouth, and very nearly caught Scott Browne off his line. I wasn't paying much attention there, I'll be honest with you, because I didn't think they were going to do what they did. They tried to hit it from distance. Browne ended up running into his goal but kept the ball out.
It's a great strike. It's about 40 yards out. It's just gone to I remember it years ago. I think the Wigan player did it at Pretend Stadium and scored.
What he did, yeah. I did that game actually. I can't remember who it was, but I did
Figueroa?
the game. It was Figueroa, it was.
Well, he tried to do that and nearly kind of caught out Scott Browne.
Luke Joyce making his 499th career appearance this afternoon. Pope's on 498 as well, so it could be a milestone for Luke Joyce at Exeter on Tuesday. 500th career appearance for him. That's a good ball buy-in to the left to Crookes. Works it in field. Rhys Browne, who's dead centre, turns. Another sharp turn from Rhys Browne, who's looked busy in this game since he's come on. Taylor finds Worrall, 25 yards out, hits it hard and low. Goalkeeper saved it, fumbled it, and then gathered it at the second time of asking, just as Christian Montano went in looking to pounce.
Yeah, it started again from a great turn from Browne. done well since he's come on, and then laid it off to Worrall. Everyone the defenders stood off him, just invited the shot from about 25 yards, and he struck it well, going into the bottom corner. But again, good save from the keeper, Palmer.
Peterborough 3, Rochdale 0, the latest League One score line. Here, ball inside the Vale half. 2 additional minutes still to play. Plymouth go back to their goalkeeper, who this time hits it long rather than playing out from the back because he was under pressure from David Worrall. Legge hits it long, Worrall returning from an offside position. Plymouth win the ball in the air though, and it falls kindly for Montano. Here's Worrall, he's onside this time. Ball to the right, Browne, edge of the area. Looked lively since he's come on. What can he produce here? Browne has it on his left foot, tees up Worrall with a shot with his right. It might fall for Bennett, who's offside, and I'll be honest with you, he's just hit it that far over the crossbar. It's just hit the back of the stand, so he'll be glad the flag went up, I think. Goodness me, that was erratic to say the least.
It was. I think I'm just going to put it down to he knew that he was offside, really. But yeah, great little dink to the back post from Worrall. Good interchanging play from Vale, just can't really create anything clear cut.
I'll tell you what, the Stoke, Vale and Crewe players, some of them don't fancy a long shift today. Stoke have had Joe Allen sent off, Vale have had to make 3 substitutions because of injury, and now Crewe have had the experienced midfielder Paul Green sent off as well. So Crewe a goal down and a man down at home to Cambridge, and the half-time whistle's just got at the Bet365 Stadium. Stoke City leading Bristol City by that one early Sam Clucas goal to 0. No goals here at Vale Park, and the main talking points have been the amount of players who've left the field injured. Free kick in the Plymouth penalty area, taken by goalkeeper Palmer, hits it long, another header won by Nathan Smith. We'll be back with Matt Sandoz very shortly as Plymouth come down the left here. McFadzen checks, rolls the ball back to Danny Mary, might fancy a shot from distance. He's 25 yards out, takes it to the edge of the area. McFadzen has it back, danger here, cross goes in. Browne comes and takes the cross. And there is the half-time whistle. No goals, but as I said a few moments ago, the story, Chris Birchall, is the amount of Port Vale players who've left the field injured. 3.
Yeah, the deeper concern, like you said, is how Vale are going to come out in the second half, knowing that if anything goes wrong, they're going to be down to 10 men, any injuries. But you can't fault the players that have come on. They've done everything they can. Hopefully the injuries that have occurred to Amoo, Conlon and Evans are not serious enough that will keep them out for too long. But with the game against a big team on Tuesday night as well, it's a worry. It's been tough for him because he's been playing with Amoo and then he's gone off injured. Worrall's come on. Worrall plays a bit more inside. But I'm sure in the second half we always see him running up and down this wing and he'll try and get forward and get some crosses in.
Social media's nearly exploded at half-time, and we've had lots of texts and calls into the radio station as well, wanting to just know, how's your Bovril? Are you happy?
I've gone really meaty, haven't I? I've had the Bovril and the steak pie. Gorgeous.
I am. Vale are going to get this game restarted, kicking from left to right as they usually do in the second half of games here, attacking the Vicar's end. Speaking of gorgeous afternoon here in Burslem. It's warm. Myself and Chris have got woolly jumpers on just as a precaution, but it is a lovely kind of summer's afternoon really, even though we're mid-September. We're back underway. Vale 0, Plymouth 0. Live here on BBC Radio Stoke. Chris Birchall and Lee Blakeman with you on DAB. Browne goes down the right straight away on the end of a James Gibbons long ball. He caught your eye, didn't he, Rhys Browne?
Yeah, since he came on. I mean, he was playing more inside. When we saw him actually get the ball, he was kind of playing as a centre midfielder, and his change of direction was phenomenal, really. And it produced a chance at the end of the first half for Worrall to strike it from 20 yards, but we'll see how he does in the second half. It looks like he's playing up on the right now.
Legge hits it long and high, and Bennett's going to give chase. Can he keep the ball in play inside or out on the byline? Yes, he can. He overheads it back, but he can only find a green and white Plymouth Argyle shirt. Worrall goes in on McFadzen, and the throw-in's going to go the way of the visitors. I tell you, I don't let anybody ever tell you any different. I look after Chris Birchall. I go and fetch him a pie. I fetch him a Bovril. Steals my phone charger while I'm not here, honestly.
You're a good man.
I do try, I really do. Long ball forwards from the back by goalkeeper Alex Palmer for Plymouth, headed away by you-know-who, Nathan Smith yet again. And that's handball, Vale free kick. Handball given against Niall Canavan. I think the referee's going to want a word here. Is that going to be a yellow card for a deliberate handball?
It was really deliberate. He slapped at the ball.
Yeah, referee reaches for his pocket. Silly yellow card to pick up for such an experienced player as well then, Niall Canavan. I'll run through the two lineups for you in just a second. Vale's one obviously very different to the team that started this game just over an hour ago, making 3 first half changes, all enforced on them because of injuries. Free kick a third of the way inside the Plymouth half. Worrall plays it forwards, headed up into the air by Edwards. Montano brings it down, left side of the penalty area. Can he dig out a cross? He tries to run between two, and he has done. He's still going here, Christian Montano. It's a good effort. He's still got the ball after 3 challenges, and then plays the ball off a Plymouth player and wins Vale a corner. Excellent determination.
Yeah, well played from him, really. I mean, it's one thing with this side now. They're not a pushover. They give everything they've got, and the Vale fans appreciate it, and maybe that's why they've looked forward to playing here recently, because the fans are right behind them.
Worrall with an in-swinger from the Vale left. Vale's 5th corner of the game. It's swung in towards Smith with a header, away from the line that time by McFadzen. It's back out with Worrall down the left. Here's Joyce, edge of the area, lifts it back to Worrall. Left side, on his right foot, swings in across, well blocked by Sarcevic. Worrall puts the ball back in, legs underneath it, Canavan beats into the ball. Was that handball by Danny Mayer? A few appeals from Vale players, officials not interested. Now Gibbons is under pressure here from Byron Moore. Does well though, James Gibbons does really well to pick out his goalkeeper, and Vale will build again, but they got one handball, Vale, they didn't get the second one. As the sun continues to shine right in our faces here. That's a good flick on by Bennett. Finds Browne down the right. He really does look a player on his league debut for Port Vale. Browne's cross, blocked, corner. Yeah,
really good for the first 3 minutes of this half. It's been all Vale. Cross after cross, really asking the questions of Plymouth at the back. And like I say, they're just giving their all. Even though, I mean, you wouldn't excuse it, but there'd be an excuse there if they crumbled because of what happened in the first half. But no, they keep on going.
And Vale, despite having to make those 3 changes in the first half, continue to look decent going forwards. They're a good team to watch, especially here at Vale Park. Worrall chips this one in. It's tempting for the goalkeeper. That comes and misses it though. And the loose ball might fall for Joyce on the edge of the box. It's cleared away by Mayer. Vale allowed to play on though here as they win the loose ball back. Crookes, the left back, is now on the right wing, and he's still going in a battle with Byron Moore, who ends up winning that battle. Plymouth try and play out from the back. Browne tries to win it off them, but eventually they do make it stick, Ryan Lowe's team, and McFadzen finds Edwards on the halfway line to clear. Mayer, ball inside to Baxter. That's a poor ball, and now Montano will cut it out, and here come the Vale again. It's very open this game here. 0-0, 4 gone in the second half. Bennett, edge of the box, rolls it back to Jake Taylor, 30 yards out. Now Joyce, midway inside the half. He might fancy a shot here, Joyce, as he dribbles it forwards. Instead works it to Gibbons down the right. First time cross goes in, looking for Taylor or Bennett. Finds Montano on the volley. That clearance over the bar it goes, but Vale playing well.
Yeah, good play there. I mean, the only problem is when Bennett goes out to the wing, they've got no one in the box, so they have to kind of hold up the play, go back out and then go out the other side with Gibbons, but he put a great ball in. Good defending again from Plymouth. Whenever balls go into the box from either side, it's always the defence on top at the moment.
0-0 here, but we've got a game on our hands. As I say, it's very open. Don't know which way the first goal's gonna go, if indeed we do get one. Browne though looks a real player since coming on for the injured Callum Evans earlier. Plymouth goal kick to their right. Crookes does well to win his side of throw, and it's still the same Port Vale back 4 in front of goalkeeper Scott Browne. Gibbons, Smith, Legge and Crookes. Conlon off injured, Amoo off injured, and then substitute Evans off injured. So we've now got Worrall, Joyce, Montano, Bennett, Taylor and Browne, the forward 6 for Port Vale. Still in that 4-3-3 formation. Browne right side of the front 3, Montano left side, Bennett down the middle. Worrall, Taylor and Joyce in the midfield. Now here come Plymouth, down the left with Baxter. He's got space to move into here. Now Mayer arrives on the scene. Plymouth looking dangerous. Mayer's ball across the 6-yard line. Good defending again by Port Vale. Nathan Smith at the heart of it. Plymouth have a throw.
Yeah, they got the other side of Worrall down the left-hand side. Baxter gets kept on going into the centre of the box, and he played it to the left-hand side for a cross, but really good defending again when it came in from Nathan Smith, or else it would have been 1-0.
Stevenage 1, Carlisle 2 is the latest League 2 scoreline, and in the Championship it's Charlton 0, Birmingham City 1. Mayer, edge of the box. Gibbons is able to clear out for a Plymouth throw, and what that Charlton scoreline means is that could be their first defeat of the season in the Championship, and it also means Chris Birchall is hopeless when it comes to putting a coupon on.
Well, every single team is losing.
I don't know about Danny Mayer. Chris Birchall's having a mare here this afternoon. Ball down the Plymouth left, comes off Gibbons, and it was rather clumsy from Gibbons that time, uncharacteristically from him. Plymouth have a corner out of nothing, their first of the second half, only their second of the game, and they've taken it quick and short to the edge of the area. It's swung in now towards the back post. Work for Vale to do, they do it well, and Bennett will clear from the left back area. Quick short corner, very nearly caught Vale cold. Plymouth have it back down the right. Bennett tracking back, does well, sticks a boot in, wins it back for Port Vale, and now Smith picks out Joyce in the midfield. Poor ball by Joyce though, he's given it away. Now here come Argyle to the edge of the area with Moore, drags it wide of the bottom right corner, but what was Luke Joyce thinking was such a careless pass?
It was a careless pass, but he's been brilliant all afternoon. But that one lack of concentration, he's tried to play it along kind of the back four to the left back Crookes. He's been cut out, ended up with a ball being threaded through to Byron, turning about 10 yards out. He's kind of dragged it wide, but he should have done better.
Stevenage 2, Carlisle 2 is the latest score. It's Exeter 1, Leyton Orient 2. Vale go to Exeter, of course, on Tuesday. Exeter were leading in that game, and Chelsea are 4 up at Wolves. Tammy Abraham's got a hat-trick. Gibbons on halfway, down the right. Worrall goes down off the ball. Vale want a free kick. Just to throw in though, says referee Mark Edwards. Throw in to be taken just next to where the Plymouth Argyle manager Ryan Lowe is standing in his black top and his grey trousers, arms folded at the moment. Still yet to make a change. The Plymouth boss, John Askey, in charge of the Vale, who's also out in his technical area. Forced to make 3 already. Plymouth have it. The heart of their back 3 with Niall Canavan, who sweeps the ball to his right, Scott Wooton. Sport on Saturday from BBC Radio Stoke, the home of course of John Akers at breakfast, who's back Monday morning from 6:30. Always plenty of sport on the show, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. I think John's at Old Trafford today actually doing the United Leicester game, so no doubt that'll get a mention or 6. And now Legge brings the ball clear for Port Vale, finds Worrall, keeps it moving to the right. Now here comes Gibbons charging over halfway, wants to make something happen here, James Gibbons, before he's forced to check by McFadzen. Rolls it in field. Worrall, Browne has to leave it because he was returning from an offside position. A little bit of a breakdown in communication.
Well, I don't think he was actually offside because the 2 centre backs in the box were maybe keeping him on, but he didn't know that. Just let the ball roll past him for a goal kick now.
Crawley 1, Mansfield 0 is the latest score, and in League 1 Rotherham 4, Bolton 1. And Bristol City have equalised at the Bet365 Stadium 10 minutes into the second half there. Stoke down to 10 men from minute 12, and they're all level. Stoke 1, Bristol City 1. Crewe still 1 down at home to Cambridge. Crewe down to 10 men also. Paul Green sent off for them. Here 0-0, anybody's game. Grant for Plymouth plays it forwards. Ball to the edge of the area. Plymouth looking dangerous in this move. Ryan Taylor beaten to it by Jake Taylor. Excellent work by the Nottingham Forest loanee there, Taylor. And now Vale come away with the ball down the left. Montano using his pace to great effect. Gets past one. He's still going. Montano hits one from distance. Goalkeeper saves it away to his left. It was on target, and had that got in, we got an early contender for goal of the season.
Yeah, that was fantastic. What a break from Vale. Montano ran about 20 yards. Quick feet. Got in front of the defender. He's just unleashed one for about 30 yards on the angle. Great strike. Good save from the keeper, but yeah, if that had got in, wow. You don't see many better than that in a season.
I'll tell you what, 10 out of 10 for his run in the first place. Beating a couple, using his pace to good effect. Just what you want from someone in that position.
Yeah, that's what we love seeing from him. Unfortunately, we don't always see that week in, week out from him. If we did, I'm assuming he'd play at a high level, because if he can do stuff like that, it's brilliant.
And just listen to what it's done to this crowd here. Vale corner. Their third of the second half. Worrall swings it in just too high for Nathan Smith. Joyce heads it back forwards. Opportunity here. Plymouth clear only as far as Jake Taylor. He heads it back into the penalty area. Plymouth clear again. Here's Luke Joyce again. Good ball out to the right. Pinpoint to pick out Worrall. Edge of the area. Arcs in across. Legs waiting with a header. Should have done better. Puts it over the bar.
Yeah, indeed, Lee should have done better. I mean, Worrall dink out from Joyce. Worrall had time to put a great ball into the back post. Legge was so high above anybody else. All he had to do was just guide it into the far corner. He's headed it over again. We saw it with Richie Bennett in the first half, but that was an even better chance from about 6 or 7 yards out.
Goal kick Plymouth, game on, and what a great game we've got here. No goals, but plenty in the way of entertainment, and Vale at the moment, the team on top. Goalkeeper Palmer for Plymouth wanted to play out from the back, but Vale have everybody marked up, forcing him to go long, which he in turn does. Nathan Smith does well to win the ball again. Ball forwards, headed away by Josh Grant for Plymouth. Now they work it to the left to the left wing back, Callum McFadzen. Early ball forwards, Byron Moore, 30 yards out, back to goal. Moore to the edge of the area. Sends in a cross deep towards the back post, over the crossbar. But Byron Moore, he's been a threat all day, hasn't he?
He's had quiet periods towards the 20 minutes of the first half towards the end, and really hasn't done much so far in the second, but his build-up play, the way he's bringing players into it, has been good. I mean, he can be pleased with his afternoon's performances. I mean, it's not over yet, still got half an hour to go. Something's going to happen in this game.
Port Vale 0, Plymouth 0, 58 minutes of the game gone. Ball downfield from that Scott Browne goal kick, flicked on by Richie Bennett. Plymouth clear to their right. Jake Taylor applying the high press. He's done a great job since he's come on. Jake Taylor caught the eye here in the last home game as well, in the 1-0 win against Cambridge. Plymouth have it back though in the centre circle now. Danny Mayer, early ball out to the left to McFadzen, edge of the area. Gibbons for company. McFadzen still going. Left side of the box, back to Danny Mayer. Thinks about putting in a shot here. Mary does. Tried to bend one, well wide of Scott Browne's left-hand post.
Once again, build-up play good from Plymouth, like it has been from Vale, but this time Mayer about 25 yards. All as Vale have been given Plymouth this afternoon. Needed a good contact to whip it in, but once again off target.
And finally, the two supporters who've been blocking our view to our left for the last 5 minutes have taken the hint of about 10 people waving at them and moved. Thank you very much. Long ball downfield by Vale, flicked on by Montano. Bennett, is he fouled? Referee says no. Plymouth clear. Legge takes no chances, puts the ball out for a throw-in on halfway. It is one of those games that is so finely poised. It's hard to predict what's going to happen next, but a point in this game and a clean sheet, still a long way to go, would be fantastic from a Port Vale perspective to keep that unbeaten league start at home going. But as I say, lots of work to do yet. Ball's gone out on this near side. Plymouth's McFadzen couldn't keep the ball in play, and it's going to be a Vale throw midway inside their own half to be taken by James Gibbons. I'm sure having a familiar back four, the same one for every league game, that must make a world of difference, not just to the players but to everybody in the team.
I think it shows. I mean, the last few weeks they've been really, really strong, especially here at Vale Park. The last two games that we've covered, they've been spot on, and that does only come from playing with each other week in, week out. And it's one kind of place on the pitch where you feel like they're doing really well.
Foul by McFadzen on Reece Browne. Vale free kick right down below where we are, midway inside the Plymouth half on the Vale right. Gillingham 1, Wycombe 0 is the latest League One scoreline. It's Peterborough 5, Rochdale 0 in that division. And in the Championship, Middlesbrough lead Reading by a goal to 0. Free kick taken quick and short. Worrall on this near side, sends it across. Goalkeeper comes a long way and again takes that ball at its height. He has been fantastic at dominating his penalty area, Alex Palmer.
Yeah, he doesn't care who he goes through either. He just comes out and demands it. And sometimes you see the Vale players back off because he's just constantly coming for the ball and doing well.
Tom Conlon's just making his way into a seat just away to our left, moving very, very gingerly. It's like a problem with his left knee. We'll find out from John Askey afterwards exactly what the problem is, but he's just coming to take a seat up along from us. Gibbons down the right as Vale continue to attack, sends in a dangerous looking cross towards Bennett. Plymouth's header isn't completely clear. It falls from Montano in the area, back to goal, turns, sends in a cross. Nobody can get a touch on to send it goalwards. Plymouth clear it, but well, I was going to say Taylor keeps in, he can't quite get there. Throw into Plymouth on their right.
Fantastic play from Montano. Brought it down out of the sky at the far post. Did a little step over, checked to the byline and played it straight across the 6-yard box. Can't ask for anything more from him really as a winger. Just no one there to finish it off.
Blackpool 0, MK Dons 2 is the latest scoreline in League One. Montano's just gone down here. Vale wanted a free kick, nothing doing again, says referee Mark Edwards. Plymouth long ball forwards. Tidied up by Legge, guided back to goalkeeper Scott Browne, and that familiarity amongst that back four and goalkeeper there for all to see once again. Browne wants to bowl this one out, being forced by Byron Moore to kick it long and high out of his hands. Downfield, Canavan wins the header, but the ball falls kindly for Joyce inside the centre circle. 0-0 over an hour played here at Vale Park. Jake Taylor, ball to the left, Crookes. Those two know each other well, although you wouldn't know it from that particular move. Crookes putting the ball straight out into touch for a Plymouth Argyle throw. Upcoming games for Plymouth, they're away at Crawley next, Cheltenham at home, Mansfield away and Scunthorpe at home. Southampton 1-0 up at Sheffield United in the Premier League. Here, still waiting for a goal, but it's not been that kind of game where you sit there and think, dear me, this is rubbish. It's been a good watch. Worrall to the right to Reece Browne, who's been excellent, although that time he gives the ball away. Commentator's curse. Plymouth dribble the ball out from the back. Browne goes in with the tackle. Referee doesn't like something what he saw there, and it's a free kick to the visitors, who are now going to make their first change of the afternoon. The former Stoke City youngster Dominic Telford is going to come on for Ryan Lowe, and he's going to take the place of Ryan Taylor, who up top has been quiet this afternoon, you have to say, next to Moore.
He has, but you've got to give credit to the Vale defence of why he's been quiet. I mean, they have had balls into the box. He can't complain that he hasn't had the service, but Legge and Smith have been on form.
Crewe with 10 men are level at home to Cambridge. Eddie Nolan's got it, his second of the season. Crewe 1, Cambridge United 1 over on 1503 medium wave. And Bristol City have turned things around at Stoke, who trail now. Stoke 1, Bristol City 2 over on 94.6 FM. It doesn't rain, but it pours. Throw into Plymouth on this near side. They're on the attack looking for the first goal in this game. Mayer. Exactly what Stoke are having this season. Mayer plays the ball back to Canavan. High ball to the right. Can Plymouth keep the ball in play over there? They can, you know. That's excellent work by Edwards. Crookes sticks a boot in. Good defending from him. And it's going to be a Plymouth throw, 12 yards from the corner flag. It's a completely different game to the Cambridge game, the last time Vale played here in the league. But you do get the same kind of impression, one goal wins it.
Yeah, but I mean, the time that we were sitting here with the Cambridge game, it was so dull. There was no chances. Yes, they kept possession well, but today's been a really exciting game for a 0-0. You just feel like something's going to happen towards the end.
Port Vale 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. Honestly, the things that I have to put up with when I do this job, I've got someone stirring Bovril next to me, absolutely honks. Thank goodness you can't smell through your radio. It's one of my most despised smell.
I just can't drink it at the bottom, it's too strongly.
Oh, please. Plymouth down the right, sending a deep cross. Legge has work to do and does it well. Cranes his neck, gets something on it. Plymouth throw in on this near side there left. Taken quick and taken short, and it's with McFadzen. He finds Mayer, back to McFadzen. Plymouth starting to find a bit of momentum here. Cross takes a deflection and lands on the roof of Scott Browne's goal. And Plymouth Argyle have their second corner of the second half.
Yeah, Vale have just got to be careful here, because you wouldn't really want it all to go to pot due to a set piece like this when Plymouth haven't really done enough to deserve leading in this game. Vale have done brilliant for me, especially under the circumstances. Players come on, out of position, doing really well.
Corner swung in towards the near post, headed wide by Plymouth. Vale goal kick. Elsewhere in League 2, Oldham lead Grimsby by 2-0. Stay to play on Sports on Saturday then from BBC Radio Stoke, with just over a quarter of this one to go here on DAB. It's goalless, the Vale and Plymouth. FM and Freeview, Stoke 1, Bristol City 2, and 1503 medium wave. Crewe 1, Cambridge 1. Stoke and Crewe both down to 10 men. Allen off for Stoke, Green off for Crewe, and that's an excellent ball out to the left from Luke Joyce here. Brought down by Montano, he's tackled, and Vale have a throw in to be taken by Adam Crookes, 25 yards from the corner flag. Takes it quick and takes it long. Brought down by Bennett on his chest. Has his pockets picked though. Caught napping on the ball, and Sarcevic will clear. And Crewe lead over on 15:03 medium wave. They've turned it around with 10 men. Tumer and N8 with his first for the club. Crewe 2, Cambridge 1. What a start they're making. Here come Plymouth with Mayer into the area. Ball across the face of goal. Nobody can get a touch on it. And Vale will clear via Crookes down the left. Crewe on course for their best league start since 1949. Vale, can they get a goal here? Montano, crossfield diagonal ball from left to right. Browne gives chase, applies the pressure on Josh Grant, who handles it well and clears it out for a Port Vale throw.
Seeing some tired legs out there, aren't we now? End to end on a massive pitch.
Ryan Lowe has just absolutely lost it at Byron Moore, thrown the ball down which the manager was holding in temper, and now Luke Joyce has lost it in the centre circle. Here comes Telford driving down the centre of the field, ball to his right. Vale need to clear it, helped by the fact that Sarcevic slipped, and Vale clear it out for a throw. It's all going on here. You can't take your eyes off this one for one single second. Throw into Plymouth Argyle. On their right, taken quick and short. Argyle fans in full voice behind the goal that their team are attacking as the cross goes in towards the back post. Mayer does well, nice little touch to bring it down. Carries it to this near left wing for Plymouth. He's got it on the byline. He's got Gibbons for company. Rolls it back to McFadzen. He sends a cross in towards the back post, and that's an excellent header, tracking back by Jake Taylor, facing his own goal. What's the referee saying here now? The ball's gone behind. It's a Plymouth corner. Excellent defensive work.
Well, that's as good as a goal up the other end, because that's a great saving header. If he wasn't there, didn't throw himself at it, Plymouth winger would have been at the back post just to head it in. I mean, fantastic defending again.
Ball swung in from the Plymouth right, headed towards goal and off the line by Vale and James Gibbons. It was a free header on goal. Gibbons did well. Plymouth send the ball back in, goes all the way through. Did it get a touch? Referee says it did. Plymouth have another corner.
Well, you've got to praise the attacking quality of Plymouth, because the balls in the box are fantastic, but also the defending from Vale. We saw it from Taylor, then the other corner coming, free header, going straight into the bottom corner. Gibbons clears it off the line.
It's all going on at the Alexandra Stadium as well. Cambridge level at Crewe. Crewe 2, Cambridge 2. 0-0 here with 21 minutes to go on BBC Radio Stowe. In swinging Plymouth corner from their left. Towards the back post again. Vale headed to the edge of the area. It was Crookes, and now Worrall will pick up the loose ball and he'll drive forwards. Finds Browne to his right on the halfway line. Closed down quickly, Browne. Sharp feet. Picks out Gibbons, and he plays it forwards to David Worrall. Now Browne again. Vale looking good here. Browne runs straight into Jose Baxter. Wants a free kick. Nothing doing there. The referee was no more than 2 yards away. It's just a coming together. Not Browne's finest moment in this game. Vale back on the right with Plymouth back on the right, sorry, with Edwards. Is there a winning goal in this game? As I said earlier, it came late against Cambridge. As long as you can keep a clean sheet, you're always in it. Same can be said for Plymouth though, who have it now with McFadzen. He and Mayer starting to link up really well. Ball to the edge of the area, cleared with the inside of Legge's right boot. Loose ball falls for Richie Bennett. He's fouled by Sarcevic. Vale have a free kick. Can't keep drumming home to people how entertaining a game this is to watch for one with no goals in it.
Strange one, isn't it, really? I mean, we haven't been blessed with a lot of goals when we've done games, Lee, but I mean, at least this one's entertaining.
Well, I always say when I work with you, quite often there's no goals, but at least the company's great. Gibbons to take the free kick. Diagonal from right to left, looking for Bennett, who heads the ball back up into the air. Montano's underneath it. Plymouth win the second header. Jake Taylor, again, nice, tidy football. Picks out Crookes. Cambridge have got a penalty at Crewe now. 2 apiece in that game on medium wave. Here come the Vale down the left with Jake Taylor, 6 yards from the byline, rolls it back to Montano, digs out a dangerous looking cross, headed away by Canavan. Falls for Crookes on the Vale left, forwards to Taylor, who sweeps it to Montano. Can he get out another cross here, Christian Montano? Being marked tightly by 2. Sarcevic and Edwards, goes back to Taylor. He sends in the cross, headed away by Scott Wooton. And the ball now is loose inside the centre circle. That's a foul by Joyce all day long. Plymouth free kick. But Vale look threatening when they get the ball in wide areas.
They do, but once again, it's only really balls from both teams. After good work building the play up, it's crosses from the flanks, and both the centre halves are doing really well. I mean, Wooton is just headering everything clear, and then the other side it's Legge and Nathan Smith just clearing everything.
Grant has the ball inside his own half for Plymouth. Gibbons desperately trying to win it back. Got to be careful though, obviously, because he's on a yellow card. And that yellow was his 4th of the season already. That's the kind of player that James Gibbons is. Here's Telford coming forwards. Excellent sliding tackle by Leon Legge. Last ditch, had to get it right and got it spot on. Cambridge in front at Crewe. Crewe 2, Cambridge 3 on 15:03 medium wave. FM, Stoke 1, Bristol City 2, here on DAB, 0-0, Port Vale and Plymouth Argyle. Luke Joyce has just ran down a blind alley, but he's got a throw in out of it. Gibbons to take. Gibbons looking for Bennett's head. Bennett flicks the ball on. Browne beaten to it by Josh Grant this time, and Plymouth will hack it clear. Long anywhere will do. Gibbons wins a header on the halfway line. Can Taylor get there first in midfield? He can, but not without fouling Jose Baxter. 17 minutes to go. Is there a winner, Chris Birchall?
I'd love to say yes. I mean, even though it's weird to say, it's been a really entertaining game. Still no clear-cut chances. I mean, shooting from distance has been poor from Plymouth, but 90% of the play for both of the teams has been fantastic. Really good to watch, but just the final ball or the final shot hasn't been there.
That's Chris Birchall with us here on BBC Radio Stoke. Will be with us regularly throughout this 2019-20 season. Port Vale promotion winner. Gibbons' throw. There's lots of distance on these throws. Bennett wins another ball in the air with his head. Here is Reece Browne. Rolls it back. Gibbons. Worrall back to Browne again. Ball comes off him this time. And eventually it's going to trickle out for a Plymouth Argyle throw-in. McFadzen waited and eventually it went his way. Legge does well to win it back on the halfway line for the Vale. 0-0 here on Sports on Saturday from BBC Radio Stoke. We think this one deserves a winning goal. But which way is it going to go? Vale have played excellently again, despite being forced to make 3 changes in the first half because of injuries. You won't be getting any latest scores from me for a while, because I've just looked down at my iPad and it's decided to do an update right at the crucial moment. Nice one, Apple.
I'm just going to have you off. I'm going to tell you some false scores.
Worrall, 25 yards out, hits one, well blocked that time by Plymouth Argyle, and Danny Mayer doing his bit defensively. Vale with a throw in on this near side. Gibbons once again to take it. Throws it to the feet this time of Reece Browne, who's being marked tightly by 2. Needs some support. Gets it from Gibbons. Edge of the area. Nice run. Can Gibbons send it across? Yes, he can, towards the penalty spot. Too far for Montano. It's fallen for Taylor on the edge of the area. Puts in a shot. Blocked. Here's Montano down the left. Good first touch. Cross. Blocked. Worrall heads the ball on, and it's not going to fall for Reece Browne. Plymouth anywhere will do clearance. Out for a throw-in. Jonaski goes and claims the ball. He wants his side to keep up this momentum. Vale fans in full voice. Can their team find a winning goal? That's handball given against Jose Baxter. Vale with a free kick, 1/3 of the way inside the Plymouth half. Praise and grumble to come after 5. 0800 121 80 80 is the number you need if you want to be part of that on the phones. Are you going to be talking about, well, you certainly are going to be talking so far about a good home performance. Is he going to be talking about another home win though? We'll wait and see. Worrall, good free kick, finds Bennett in the area. Here's a chance and here's a goal for Nathan Smith! His second goal of the season! Quick free kick, completely undid Plymouth Argyle, and Nathan Smith finds the back of the net. Port Vale's good start at home continues. Port Vale 1, Plymouth Argyle 0.
Yeah, it was a great free kick. That's where it all came from, the quick thinking. I think it was Worrall. Just played it in behind the defence. Near post was Richie Bennett. He's hooked it over his shoulder to the far post. No one marking Nathan Smith. Coming in, diving head out, 1-0, fully deserved.
Absolutely brilliant. Plymouth caught napping. Vale weren't. They were alert to the situation. And Nathan Smith, what a moment for him. Great to see him get a goal after all the work he's done today down the other end.
Yeah, credit where credit's due. Him and Leon Legge have been fantastic this afternoon, and always nice to see him get up there. He scores his fair few every season, doesn't he? But get in, what a good header.
Plymouth change, McFadzen's off, Zach Rudden comes on to take his place, and they're going to make another one as well. They're going to bring on George Cooper, the former crewman. Who's he going to replace here? Cooper. He's going to replace Joe Edwards. Cooper, who left Crewe to join Peterborough, not a bad player to be bringing off the bench in League Two.
One hell of a player he is. Cannot believe he's not playing in League Two.
Not the best haircut in the world, but you know, who am I to pick faults with dodgy Barnets? Vale lead here, and Plymouth, and trying to play out from the back, have lost it. Here come Vale again. Montano, he's got past two, he's still going. It's a good run from Montano. The loose ball might fall for Jake Taylor. Plymouth hack it clear, only as far as Joyce, who picks out Worrall, and here's James Gibbons. He thought about shooting inside right from 50 yards there, nearly. James Gibbons, what was he thinking? I don't think he was. Vale have won it back though. Byron Moore loses it. Reece Browne, edge of the area, trying to make something happen. That's a foul. Free kick to Plymouth Argyle. Wanted it a little bit too much there, Browne.
Yeah, I mean, brilliant play from Vale. I mean, usually you think if you go 1-0 up against a big team at home, you're going to sit back in the last 20 minutes and try and hold on to the lead. But no, trying to go forward with Montano, trying to make things happen and go 2-0 up. Good play.
Vale Park is very much the place to be at the moment. Vale on their way to yet another home win, looking to make it 3 home league wins in a row for the first time since December 2017, when they beat Cambridge, Coventry and Luton in that memorable game, keeping 3 clean sheets in the process. A second goal, and it's surely 3 points. Browne down the right, back to Gibbons, ball forwards, bounces, falls nicely for Bennett, into the area he goes, Richie Bennett, Vale to wrap it up, Bennett tees up Montano, and he's hit it over the crossbar. 3 points flashed before Montano's eyes, and he just couldn't keep his shot down.
What play really from Richie Bennett there. Outmuscled the defender, ran straight towards the corner of the box. He's just laid it back really for Montano. Oh God, it was his easiest chance of the game. And he skied it for about 8 yards. Great chance to make it 2-0.
Elsewhere, iPad back on. Northampton 2, Newport County 0, the latest League 2 scoreline, as is Swindon 3, Macclesfield 0. Plymouth goal kick here with just over 10 minutes to go. Been a fantastic game so far, and Vale, in keeping the clean sheet and keeping it tight at one end, have been able to nick one and get a goal that their players thoroughly deserved down the other. Joyce heads the ball down. Danny Mayer nips in. It's a good tackle by Worrall to win it back, but the loose ball again falls for a green and white shirt. Good pressure applied by Taylor, and here come Vale down the left with Richie Bennett. Needs somebody in the centre, doesn't really have anybody at the moment. It might fall now though for Reece Browne, gives it to Worrall with a shot. Didn't really connect with it, and it was saved by the keeper comfortably.
Yeah, really good build-up play again from Vale. We've been saying it all afternoon. Great ball into the box from Bennett. Came to Worrall, just tried to, it was stuck under his feet, got the shot off, but it just trickled to the keeper.
When we were talking with Matt Sandoz in the build-up about what's been key to Vale's good run of form at home, this lot have helped, haven't they? Another terrific atmosphere. Here come Vale down the centre with Montano, cleared by Plymouth. Worrall, ball to the right to Reece Browne. He's 25 yards out, he tries to curl one wide of the target, but yeah, going back to it, what a crowd.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on song here at Vale Park and when you're winning and playing some good football and just working hard in general, the fans will get right behind you. And okay, for however many there is, 4,000 or 5,000, they make a hell of a racket here.
And they certainly are doing this afternoon. Praise and grumble on the way with the aforementioned Matt Sandoz. Get on the radio and praise your side, especially if things stay as they are now, with Vale leading 1-0. 0800 121 8080 is the number you need, or if you're shy and you'd rather text, it's 81333 and start your message with the word Stoke. Crewe losing 3-2 at home to Cambridge. Stoke losing 2-1 at home to Bristol City. Vale here winning 1-0 against one of the League Two promotion favourites, Plymouth Argyle. Substitute Rudden tries to flick the ball on with his head and make something happen, but loses control and it goes out for a Vale throw. Gibbons to take it on the halfway line. Carlisle 3-2 up at Stevenage. Harry McCurdy's got another one. Fantastic atmosphere. Gibbons' throw, Bennett's flick, Browne couldn't get on the end of it. Plymouth clear, out for another Vale throw. Ryan Lowe's on the pitch, played the role of ball boy. Completes the pass, finds John Askey. he's a character, isn't he, Ryan Lowe, to watch. Looks a very angry man at the moment. Ball loose in midfield. Gibbons pumps it forwards. Reece Browne chases after it. Byron Moore beats him to it, miscontrols the ball, and Vale have a throw in level with the edge of the Plymouth area. Wolves have got 2 back against Chelsea. Wolves 2, Chelsea 4. And Billy Sharp's been sent off for Sheffield United, who trail 1-0 at home to Southampton. Glorious sunny day here. And what we're seeing on the pitch as well is kind of the footballing equivalent of good weather. It's fantastic. Really, really is. Gibbons down the right, can't find Worrall. Plymouth nip in with Danny Mayer. Oh, and now, that's a worry. Worrall's gone down. Worrall's gone down off the ball, holding his left knee, and he looks to be in some discomfort. Vale can't make any more changes, and there is real concern here for David Worrall. This has come out of absolutely nowhere.
I think he got kicked. Danny Mayer kicked him right in the shin.
Look at that for a crowd. 735 visitors as part of a total crowd of 5,275. So 5,275 in total, 735 travelling Plymouth fans. I tell you what, credit to them as well.
That's great support, isn't it, for coming up from Plymouth.
So this break in play is allowing the Vale players to regroup. They're taking on some drinks on this near side, having a word with the management team of John Askey, Dave Kevin and Danny Pugh. Worrall still receiving treatment away to our right on the edge of the Plymouth box. Happy with what you've seen today though, Chris, aren't you?
Oh yeah, really happy. I mean, coming in against a massive team like Plymouth, one of the favourites to go up, knowing that you've got a tough game on Tuesday, and also knowing that if you win today, you go straight back into that bunch of top 10. Or if you lost, you could have gone down to 17th. Knowing that you've got Exeter on Tuesday, it wouldn't have looked good, but they've come out and they've just been absolutely phenomenal today. Can't fault any player. The effort has been brilliant. It's a credit for them today, credit to the club. Hopefully they can just get through the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Worrall's made his way to this near side. He's hobbling, but I think he's going to come back on. He is back on. He's been waved on by the referee. We've got 5.5 minutes to go for the stoppage time. Legge with some defending to do here under real pressure from Zach Rudden. Legge does well. You can see the confidence flowing through him and the rest of this Port Vale team. It's terrific to watch. And I suppose if you can keep the unbeaten home run going, psychologically, it just gives the players something to keep on playing for.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly right. Sometimes it doesn't go well away from home, but you think, do you know what? Our next home game is at home. And the away team think about that as well. They think, oh, going to Vale Park, they're still unbeaten. And the longer that goes on, it becomes a mental thing, and they might even, the manager might even change their tactics, because they might get a bit more defensive, knowing that Vale are going to come at them at home.
5 minutes to go. That's Chris Birchall on BBC Radio Stoke, and what Chris just said about the potential league position is exactly right. If Vale can hold on to this win, they'll move up to 9th in the League Two table, given the way other results are going as well. Which it's only after 8 games, but it's just nice to be.
Well, it's always nice to be in the top 10. But that obviously comes from your solid base of your home form, and they've been unbelievable here.
And wins come from a solid base of a back four, which we've complimented already. Sport on Saturday from BBC Radio Stoke. Thanks for being with us. Vale still with work to do to secure this latest 3 points at home. Or these latest 3 points at home, should I say. Plymouth down the right. Cross goes in towards the penalty spot, volleyed away by Leon Legge, and it's picked up by Richie Bennett inside the centre circle, who's been absolutely immense up top today. He's won everything in the air, he's been tidy with his feet, and here come Vale down the right with Reece Browne, who's kept the ball in play on this near side to the edge of the area, looking for that killer second goal. Back heel by Browne was lazy. Gibbons has been left with a lot of work to do. He's been fouled there, surely. Just moves away. Referee says play on. Gibbons, of course, walking that tightrope on a yellow card. Luke Joyce. Chip ball down the right. Is Reece Browne offside? Well, it doesn't matter now. The ball's gone out for a throw in anyway. I don't think he was quite sure what was going on there. Reece Browne, or the assistant referee for that matter. 3 minutes to go plus stoppage time. I say, sport on Saturday. Crewe and Stoke losing, Vale winning. Throw in to be taken by Josh Grant for Plymouth Argyle. Joyce wins the header, unchallenged as well. Vale have got Plymouth exactly where they want them, boxed into their own penalty area, keeping them as far away from their goal as they possibly can. Here's George Cooper, who's come on as a substitute, gets his pockets picked by Crookes, who's down the left here, sends it across, it's blocked, wins the second ball though. Does he? Yes, he does. Challenged by Sarcevic. Pressure being applied on him by Christian Montano, and somehow Plymouth managed to come away with the ball. Vale playing a really high press, and it's working for them. Nathan Smith, the goal scorer, with a challenge on the halfway line. Ball goes out for a Plymouth throw.
I think that's the main difference I've seen since John Askey's come in general. It's just Vale are playing this high press. It's just like, it's similar to watching Liverpool in a way, that as soon as the opposition get the ball, they're just on them straight away. And just makes them so more dangerous. They can win the ball and go forward.
Plymouth down the left, looking threatening, edge of the Vale penalty area. Danny Mayer, Joyce stays with him. Mayer gets a low ball in. Anywhere will do with that clearance from Jake Taylor. Plymouth win it back. Baxter, 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Vale lead 1-0 against Plymouth Argyle, one of the early season promotion favourites. Here's Cooper down the right, the former Crewe man. Ball worked in field. Here's Danny Mayer, 25 yards out, tries to curl one towards goal, wide of Browne's left hand post. Browne went flying across just to cover it, but in the end wasn't troubled.
No, it was a good move from Plymouth. George Cooper come in, threaded it, fired it in really to Danny Mayer. He spun Joyce on the about 20 yards out, just tried to whip it into the near post. Keeper had it covered. It was no real trouble.
Man of the match is going to be announced. It'll probably be Nathan Smith. It's not Nathan Smith actually, it's his centre half partner Leon Legge, but as you said earlier on, it really could have been pretty much anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was bound to be someone from the back four because they've been first class, but Leon he's been a credit today. Everything that's come into the box, him and Nathan. I mean, you would have thought it might have gone to Nathan because of his goal, but it just shows the appreciation for Leon, how good he's done. Could have even gone to Montano, how well he's played.
Well, Montano's just nearly had his shirt ripped off his back on the edge of the centre circle. Vale awarded a free kick, and Zach Rudden is trying to urge them to take it quickly. Luke Joyce just saying, whatever, move away. Final minute.
He's also someone, Lee, he doesn't get much credit. Goes unseen. Joyce in front of that back four, just protected everyone and gets the ball and just plays it simple, just gets it out wide, keeps possession. Really good play.
Joyce's high ball to the right, looking for Richie Bennett, taken away from him by Grant, and Port Vale have a corner, their 8th of the game, 4 in either half, and a chance now to tick away a few more seconds.
Yeah, just have to keep the ball up here for the last few minutes. I'm not sure how much will go up, probably about 3 minutes, but they don't deserve not to win this game. I mean, they'll take the time on this corner, I'm sure. Well,
here comes the fourth official, who's going to indicate 3 additional minutes. There you go, I'll give you a pat on the back. Well called. Worrall to Browne, back to Worrall again. Browne takes over. Vale keeping the ball by the corner flag. They don't need to put it into the area. It's all about what they call in the football world game management now, although Worrall thoughts about crossing there, but again decides to just keep it on this near side. Browne and Moore in a battle, the 2 number 17s. Eventually it's whacked clear downfield by Jose Baxter for Plymouth, and now Vale have lost it. Here they come on the counter-attack now. Ball to the right to Rudden, who's caught napping. Crunching challenge again by Nathan Smith, who's potentially the match winner. He's done his bit at both ends. Yeah, he definitely has. He'll be proud of his performance because he has had some criticism earlier in the season. But we forget he's played so many games, probably 150 games for Vale plus, and he's still a young lad. We've had 1 minute of the 3. Moore down the left for Plymouth Argyle. Can Vale hold on here? They need to see out 2 more minutes, leading by 1 Nathan Smith header to 0. Ball inside the centre circle with Niall Canavan for Plymouth. Now Josh Grant. Byron Moore plays in Josh Grant. Oh, and Browne's gone diving in there, but it's a strong clearance by Gibbons. Has he been fouled?
I don't know, that's not a foul. He's gone to ground, it's been skipped past. He just doesn't give anything.
Referee basically saying, I want nothing to do with that. 90 seconds to go of stoppage time. Byron Moore, crowd trying to be that all-important 12th man to see their side over the line to a 4th home win in a row in all competitions. George Cooper has it for Plymouth down the right, rolls the ball back to Canavan. Sport on Saturday from BBC Radio Stoke, the only station to bring you every Stoke, Vale and Crew game live, and this one's been an absolute cracker. Montano, ball forwards, goes straight through to the Plymouth goalkeeper. Less than 60 seconds of stoppage time to go. Vale so close. The crowd want the final whistle. I think everybody does connected to Port Vale, but it's not going to come just yet. Plymouth go long down the left. Can Legge see the ball behind for a goal kick? Yes, he can. And it's reasons like that while he's been named man of the match this afternoon. Yeah,
it is. And I hope we get some callers in praising how well Vale have played today, because as a unit, I haven't seen him this solid in a very, very long time. Okay, they don't create chance after chance after chance going forward, but you don't have to when you're not conceding goals, and that's the advantage of Vale at the moment. They look so solid at the back.
Vale go to Exeter on Tuesday. Exeter have just equalised at home to Orient. 92nd minute penalty, 2-2 there at St James's Park. Here, Browne takes the goal kick. We've had the 3 minutes. Vale seconds away from another home win. Reese Browne tries to charge forwards. The referee puts the whistle to his lips, and Port Vale make it 4 home wins in a row in all competitions. 3 in the league, 1 for them with a late header from Nathan Smith. A quick free kick completely undid Plymouth Argyle, and Smith, who'd been a rock down one end, got the goal at the other. Chris Birchall.
Just a fantastic overall performance from Vale. I mean, sometimes we have a go in there for the consistency, but not today.